everyone, I've been working on the second shuttle station area on C3, and did a pretty quick vegetation pass, so I just added a bunch of trees and some grass. I haven't gotten around to the underbrush yet. I just wanted to make sort of an initial pass on this area. So I did that, and then I added buildings, which I'm gonna run over to in a minute, but so there's just a bunch of tall trees, couple bushes, not really, just over here for the most part. And I just tried to keep the trees pretty diverse. I think it's more interesting when they're a bit taller. And I just tried to make sure it wasn't all like the one tree. Otherwise, it gets a little boring to look at, in my opinion. Okay, so we're coming up on the shuttle station area, and I'm just going to run off to the right a little bit just to show some of the buildings. I haven't gone through and filled the buildings yet with objects. That'll probably be next, and I still want to place a bit more. Probably a couple smaller buildings or like a shop or something leading up to this area. But I put a couple up on this hill for now. And you can see some in the distance. And I still want to put a lot more props around it, like mostly the containers and stuff like that, just to make stuff blend. Because right now the buildings are kind of sitting there and they look a little weird just out of nowhere. But I'm going to work on blending. And I have to do some stuff with the terrain. Like right here it's a little uneven, so it's like floating off on the corner, and then you can see some clipping, but I'm going to fix that. I just wanted to do an initial, like, place all the buildings, get a feel for kind of how things are going to look in the space. And then you can see kind of this clump of buildings over here. So there's not much over in this corner. I might add some, like maybe a small shanty building or something, but a lot of it is focused right here. We've got one of the newer ones. I thought this was a good fit for this space. But I'd like to add some more surrounding stuff like rocks and things like that, and just like clutter. There's also some over here. And even like right here, I think I'd like to add a couple trees, because it just feels a little bare. It feels a little too open. And up here too, I think I could add a couple more things. But this was just my first attempt at adding trees and buildings, just to get a feel for the space a little bit. But I've got a lot more I want to do. So that's just to give you an update on my progress so far.